Chapter 11. Video. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Aristofaniso. Editor. Karen _ what a beautiful panda goldfish. So cute. I want one. It's really incredible. This is the most beautiful goldfish I've ever seen. It looks so much like a panda. The goldfish is quite pretty, but the seller is crazy. 2,000 RMB for one. Is it made out of gold? Damn. Screw me. On Taobao this is at most 10 RMB for one and you want 2,000. Are you so poor you've gone crazy? Excuse me, does this fish taste better steamed or braised? Our shop sells them at 5 RMB for one. You're all stupid. This is the highest quality panda goldfish. 2,000 RMB isn't expensive at all. So cheap. Boss, give me 1,000 of them. Why doesn't the boss accept my WeChat friend request? Only 2,000. I was going to buy a couple hundred for my cat but they're too cheap, I guess I won't buy. Chu Xian was speechless at the comments. Most commenters just came to see what the fuss was about, few people really knew anything about fish, many thought he was crazy. 2,000 RMB for a little goldfish, most people definitely couldn't accept such a reality, and this was without even mentioning that Taobao sold pretty fish for 10 RMB. Nonetheless, there were some gains. Chu Xian opened his WeChat and noticed many people had added him. K. This garbage phone. Chu Xian swore as he clicked accept one at a time. With this 500 renminbi phone, if he clicked back to the main page, some of the WeChat messages didn't go through. Boss. Can you sell your panda goldfish to me for cheaper? I can pay 100 renminbi, how does that sound? As soon as Chu Xian accepted a couple friend requests, someone sent him this message. He bitterly shook his head and replied, fixed price, no bargaining. Through his chat with Wang Old 5, he had a basic understanding of these precious goldfish. There were a lot of goldfish on the market but rarely any precious ones. These kinds were hard to breed and very rare, so their price was at least 100 times, if not 1,000 times more expensive. Even though his goldfish were normal on the inside, after Chu Xian remolded them, they were identical, if not better looking, to other precious goldfish. They were also easier to keep alive. Block and unfriend, Chu Xian clicked with no hesitation. He had nothing to say to these bargainers, they weren't sincere buyers. When his other friends didn't message him, Chu Xian couldn't help but shake his head in disappointment. It made sense, 2,000 for one goldfish wasn't a cheap price, and there was no guarantee anyone would buy any online. After fiddling with his phone for a little bit, Chu Xian decided to sleep. Inside the female dorms of Haiqing Standard, the witch, Xiao Xiao, had just finished watching a video and was now reading the viewer comments below it, laughing when she found some funny ones. He really started selling goldfish, she exclaimed when she refreshed her following page. Regarding this man she met that afternoon, at first she was very curious and was very impressed with him. But after she entered his shop and he asked her to advertise for him, she felt a little disappointed. What kind of fish can this ordinary guy sell? Xiao Xiao murmured with a smirk and clicked on the video. This. Xiao Xiao exclaimed. Looking at the beautiful and exquisite panda goldfish, she couldn't help but feel surprised. What an amazing panda goldfish. So beautiful and cute. Xiao Xiao was from Haiqing City and selling fish was her family's business, they even had their own fishing grounds. Growing up in that environment, she was an expert on various fish and even had some goldfish in her dorm. Pang! Xiao Xiao jumped off from her bed and went over to the small fish tank on her desk. The tank had a fake mountain, some plants, and 8 goldfish swimming around inside. Comparing her own fish with the panda goldfish in the video, she couldn't help but feel that her own goldfish were common and plain. Xiao Xiao, what's your problem? Xiao Man cried in confusion. Xiao Xiao had jumped off her bed and now wiggled her butt and leaned topless against her table. 1. Looking at goldfish. Xiao Xiao shot back. She turned around and clambered onto Xiao Man's bed. Xiao Man, let me show you something. What is it? Can you put on some clothes first? Xiao Man cried in exasperation as Xiao Xiao wiggled under the blanket. Hee hee, what's the matter? We both have them even though mine are a little bigger. Want me to help you grow them, too? Xiao Xiao said with a giggle. 3. Stop it. I really can't deal with you. What do you want me to watch? Xiao Man covered herself defensively, glaring warily. This, watch this. Xiao Xiao stopped joking and handed over her phone. Watch this video from that dude who wanted me to advertise for him. Xiao Man watched the video curiously. With wide eyes, she gasped, wow, what pretty goldfish, so cute. Xiao Xiao, they're so much better than yours. Xiao Xiao listened with an unhappy expression but had to admit it was true. I didn't know he sold such rare goldfish. If I knew earlier I would have bought some this afternoon. But they're so expensive. 2,000 RMB for one. Xiao Man said with a frown after reading the caption. Expensive. They're not expensive at all. My goldfish each cost a couple hundred RMB, and his panda goldfish is a really rare and precious goldfish. 2,000 is already cheap. Xiao Xiao explained. I really can't understand how rich people live. Xiao Man said, sticking her tongue out at Xiao Xiao. Tomorrow afternoon, since there's no class, we can go to his shop and look around. If there are any good-looking ones, we'll take them. Xiao Xiao made her plans with excitement. Take. Xiao Man said speechlessly. 4. How are you going to take them? Easy. When the time comes, Xiao Man, you sacrifice your beauty and seduce him a little, so a loser like him will definitely gift you several nice fish like a good boy. Xia Xiao winked and teased. Xiao Xiao, your stupid words make me think you want to get beat up. Ah. Stop squeezing. You're just jealous mine are bigger. Chu Xian had no idea two beautiful girls were talking about him. After getting out of bed, he cleaned his shop and wrinkled his brows at the remaining goldfish and tanks. Whatever. I'll just use today to remold everything. Chu Xian said, gritting his teeth. His shop was very plain. Now that he was planning on selling high-quality goldfish, his shop environment didn't really fit. At the very least, the fish tanks had to go. Immediately following through with this thought, Chu Xian gulped down his breakfast and rode his moped to the fish market. Translator's thoughts. Aristofaniso. 1. I take no responsibility. 2. There may or may not be a myth that rubbing/touching makes it bigger. 3. Now imagine if you used giggle for old geezers. Now you know my pain. 4. I try my best with this, but the author really loves having speechless people speak. What can I do? Should I just leave it out if it ain't making sense? Chapter 12. The first customer. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Translator. Aristofaniso editor. Karen _ After he arrived at the fish supplies section, Chu Xian approached a shop selling fish tanks. Truthfully, the only real difference between fish tanks was the design. The fish tanks Chu Xian used to sell were very cheap, small glass cups. This time, he planned to buy some specially designed tanks with artificial mountains and plants, and perhaps some model people as well. A high-quality small fish tank was at least 100, and Chu Xian bought 20 for a little over 3,000 renminbi. Then, he got some people to deliver some quality fish food he bought, along with some wallpaper. He was busy till 2 in the afternoon transforming his shop. Sky-blue walls were decorated with all kinds of exquisite sea creatures framing 20 small fish tanks. Each tank contained 5 or 6 elegant small goldfish. The whole shop had a refreshing, natural feel. Zhe, Chu Xian clicked his tongue and said admiringly, "This is money well spent." In a great mood, he took out his phone and started taking videos of the place. He walked around the place, saying, "This is my shop in Haiqing City, Guwu Street. We sell the greatest high-quality goldfish, everyone take a look." He pointed the camera here and there, capturing all 20 of the tanks and the beautiful goldfish swimming around elegantly. Opening the Fast Hands app, Chu Xian uploaded the video and added at the bottom, "People who are experts in goldfish and are willing to buy, please add me on WeChat. 2,000 RMB each, no bargaining. If you're in Haiqing City, you're welcome to come to my shop and take a look in person." After submitting the post, Chu Xian opened WeChat and clicked on a message. "Hey boss, you there? Do you only have one kind of panda goldfish? Are there any other kinds? Do you have more videos?" This was the first message, and seeing it, Chu Xian face palmed. He had forgotten to upload some pictures and videos to his WeChat moments. Immediately, he walked around the fish tank section and took more photos of each of the fish, uploading them to WeChat. He had a total of 8 different types of goldfish, and after Chu Xian finished taking photos of each one, he also shot some videos and uploaded them all to his WeChat moments. "Check out my moments, bro." Chu Xian wrote after he finished uploading. Chu Xian checked his friend requests. Some people asked where he got all the goldfish, and others asked whether he could help them sell their goldfish. All these people he blocked and deleted. This person looks like he wants to buy," Chu Xian said with some surprise when he got to the last message. His face finally showed a small smile. The message had been sent this morning, and it said he was very close to Guwu Street and was interested in buying. The person asked if he could come and see things for himself. Chu Xian immediately shared his address and replied, "Sure, I open every day at 8 and close at 10 p.m. You're welcome anytime." After sending the message, Chu Xian saw his notifications and said with some surprise, "People are commenting so quickly." Clicking on a couple messages, he saw, F***K, Chu Xian, you're actually a WeChat salesman. These fish are pretty, but 2,000 RMB is too much. Chu Xian, are you for real? Trying to trick your friends? To restore our hurt spirits you should give us all a tank and some goldfish for free. What's up Chu Xian? Are you still selling goldfish? If your business isn't great you should just find a job. Stop hanging around the school, if you have it you have it, and if you don't you can't force it anyway." Envied that there were 3 replies, and each one made Chu Xian shake his head, especially the last one which was obviously talking about more than just business. Thinking back, throughout his 4 years in college he only had a few good friends, and it wasn't because he had a bad personality. For one, after getting into a relationship with Xiao Ying, he spent most of his time with her and many of his classmates were jealous. Most importantly, there were only 7 guys in his class. Chu Xian didn't reply to any of them. To his surprise, someone mentioned him in the class WeChat group. He always muted this group and barely talked, but he was curious about people mentioning him so he entered the group. "Chu Xian, are you the one selling goldfish on the moments today? I want to buy some, can you give me a discount?" This was a message from one of his female classmates, and Chu Xian still remembered this girl was pretty good looking. He replied, "Sure, how many?" Classmates shouldn't talk about money. "Chu Xian, you should just gift some to Beauty Queen Song." "That's right. You should give everyone one ha." As soon as he sent out his message, a boy and a girl from his class immediately replied. Chu Xian smiled to himself but didn't respond. "Your small tanks have 5 or 6 goldfish. If I want to buy the whole tank, how much is that?" the female classmate asked again. After thinking a little, Chu Xian replied, 6 small goldfish for 10,000. After directly deducting 2,000 RMB and the cost of the fish tank, he thought he was being pretty generous already. F***K, Chu Xian. Why don't you just rob her directly? Those tiny fish in one tank cost 10,000. OMG, you're really willing to abuse your friends. 200 RMB is more than enough for all of these fish. This is all your fourth. Your classmates mean to you. Chu Xian, you're too much. In a flash, all kinds of random replies showed up and Chu Xian's face blackened a little, but he ignored them and waited for the female classmate's reply. Too expensive. I thought 600 would be enough, baby can't afford it, the classmate replied quickly, adding a sad emoji at the end. 600. Beauty song, 600 is enough to buy 5 tanks of these. He's too evil, daring to trick his own classmates. Seriously. It can't be that classmate friendship just dissipates after graduating. Chu Xian read the replies with some amusement, when suddenly. Hello, are you the owner here? A chubby young man walked in and asked. Chu Xian was stunned for a second, then hurriedly answered, Hello, yes, I am the owner. The chubby young man examined the shop and asked, Are you the one on Fast Hands selling the panda goldfish? That's right. Did you find me online? Welcome, welcome. Please come in and look around. I have panda goldfish and also red crown pearl, 12. Red, Dan Fong, red lion head, butterfly tail, etc. All of them are of the highest quality, Chu Xian said passionately, gesturing for the chubby man to examine them more closely. His first customer had arrived. Chapter 13. The first sale. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Aristofaniso editor. Karen _ the chubby man smiled and nodded, walking into the shop. When he saw the fish tanks, he was stunned and immediately rushed forward. Chu Xian watched with a small smile and explained by the side, these are all the highest grade of goldfish. Big bro, if you know goldfish, you'll be able to tell the difference. Not bad, not bad. All of them are exquisite, very rare, the young man exclaimed in surprise as he examined each fish. As a goldfish enthusiast, he had seen many delicate goldfish prettily swimming in tanks, but their beauty came only partly from the fish and partly from the lighting. Many sellers installed all kinds of colored lights to make their fish appear more beautiful. Though all the fish in front of him had no fancy lighting, they were still extremely bright and sparkled. These goldfish could only be found in an extremely high-quality breeding environment. The quality of my fish are without question, big bro, if you like any, then pick some to take home. Chu Xian replied with a big smile. All the fat on the young man's face writhed together, his heart torn as he looked at the tanks. Gritting his teeth, he finally asked, Boss, if I want a whole tank, what discount can you give me? Chu Xian paused in silence and the young man looked at him nervously. A small fish tank had at least 6 goldfish, which was 12,000 RMB and very expensive for him, but as a goldfish enthusiast, he couldn't walk away without buying any and would regret it if he bought too few. 6 was just the right amount. Big bro, since you're my first customer, I'll give you 6 for 10,000 and a fish tank for free, Chu Xian finally said. Okay, I'll take it, the man gestured as he said this with clenched teeth. Chu Xian's eyes flashed with an excited light and he said, Good. You can choose any 6 of these fish. Big bro, I hope you can tell your friends about me. No problem. Although your fish are expensive, they're all top quality, the young man said with a nod. Can I pay you through WeChat? Of course. Chu Xian agreed immediately. After receiving the 10,000 RMB, he helped the customer pick out 6 goldfish and gifted him a fish tank. When the customer finally left, Chu Xian pumped his fist and yelled excitedly, Yes. He earned 10,000 from this first sale, something he wouldn't have even dared to imagine before. Online publicity seems very useful, Chu Xian thought, pushing down his excitement. Taking out his phone, he made a 12. Red goldfish video and posted it, and he also posted the wire transfer screenshot. Even though this was a notoriously shady WeChat merchant stunt, he decided to do it anyway. I'll post in my moments too. Chu Xian smirked a little and shared his screenshot. Heh. It's such a waste if I don't show off a little when I can. After making the post, Chu Xian opened the classmate group chat and waited to see what kind of mud his classmates would sling. Damn it. They're even talking about how I don't deserve Xiaoying. Chu Xian swore with an unhappy expression after scrolling through the chat history. His male classmates all acted like sour grapes. 1. F*** K me. Bro, you're too strong. Check out Chu Xian's new post, a 10,000 wire transfer. Chu Xian, you're just going to post this without saying anything. Not signs of Photoshop at all. So many WeChat merchant tricks, Chu Xian striking back. Don't forget your little bro when you make it. Just then, one of his classmates posted his screenshot and immediately several people replied. Chu Xian wasn't angry at their sarcastic comments, instead, he was amused. He didn't realize how much his attitude had changed. Even though there were classmates who mocked him, there were also some good people who supported him, and it was because of them that he stayed in the group. He closed WeChat and opened the Fast Hands app. There were a lot of people on the Fast Hands platform and it never lacked trolls, but it also never lacked people who knew the business. Chu Xian's goldfish video drew a lot of viewers and a lot of discussions. Several people added him on WeChat, but no one really wanted to buy. In the end, just one fish for 2,000 RMB, or 5 for 10,000, was definitely a luxury. Ching ching, come look. How about we buy some goldfish and keep them in the dorm? A clear voice came from outside the shop. Goldfish. Sure, but I want a small turtle. Turtles are so cute, one of the girls nodded and replied. 4 young women chattered and walked into his shop. Chu Xian saw them and politely greeted them, welcome beautiful ladies, please look around. NN, sure boss. Do you have any small turtles? A cute girl asked with big, expectant eyes. Chu Xian shook his head, saying, I only have high-quality goldfish, take a look around. Oh. Why don't you sell some small turtles? They're so cute, the cute girl said with a pout that amused Chu Xian, but he didn't reply. The other girls came in and looked at goldfish swimming in their tanks. Wow, one of them said, this fish tank is so pretty, and there's a little man fishing. That's so funny. These goldfish are so beautiful. So cute. Come look at this. It looks like a panda. It's so cute. So cute. I want one. I want this one. This one is pretty too. Look at its eyes and mouth surrounded with red, its silky tail looks like a mermaid. Wow, wow, wow. They're so beautiful. What do? I want all of them. The girls were immediately captivated by the beautiful goldfish, and every one of them lowered their heads and bent their bodies, of course raising their, too, in the air. All of them leaned against the fish tanks with excited faces, pointing here and there. I want to buy this one, and this one, and this one too. Woo woo, they're even cuter than small turtles, the cute girl pointed at some goldfish one after another and excitedly said. Boss, how much for this goldfish? One of the slim and tall girls asked Chu Xian. There's a price on the tank. Chu Xian said and pointed. The girls lowered their heads and looked curiously at the note stuck on the side of the tank. Our goldfish are 2,000 renminbi each. No bargaining. Free fish tank if you buy more than 5. Translator's thoughts. Aristofaniso, 1. LOL. All 7 of them. 2. The ellipses were there in the original. LOL, this writer doesn't seem to understand girls that much. Just judging from the dialogue, it seems like the girls are very young, but the dorm and the appreciation implies they are more of a college age. Feels a bit creepy. Chapter 14. Publicity. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Aristofaniso editor. Karen _ 2,000 each. Does it say 2,000? The girls saw the numbers and gasped, looking at Chu Xian in surprise. Boss, did you write this right? 1 for 2,000. Did you mean a tank for 2,000? There's no mistake, 2,000 for one. Chu Xian said with a smile. All of them are top-quality goldfish, very rare. Handsome bro, 2,000. 1 for 1,000. Are they made of gold? One of the girls looked at him, confused. There's no mistake. I just sold 6. Chu Xian said with a chuckle. The girls shared a glance and smiled bitterly, saying, aren't your goldfish too expensive? How could they be this expensive? Can't you make them cheaper? Heh, Chu Xian laughed and didn't reply. The girls sighed. They knew a discount was impossible just from his expression. Even if it was possible, there was no way he'd lower the price to tens of RMB. Too expensive. Way too expensive. I'll just take some pictures, the cute girl said with a depressed look, taking out her phone to snap some photos. The other girls followed suit and also took out their phones. I'll post a video in my moments and show my friends these expensive goldfish. My post is going to say, if you buy me a whole tank of these goldfish, I'll be your girlfriend. Haha. I won't tell them the price. Ching ching. You can't trick people like that. If the boys chasing you see this, they're going to spit blood. Hein, 1. If they want to chase this lady, they'll need some real style to woo me. As the girls chattered on the side, Chu Xian's face blackened, praying silently for those boys. Boss, can I pick up this tank and take a photo? The tall and slender girl asked shyly. Sure. Just don't drop it. Chu Xian replied with a nod. Hee, the girl laughed with a happy nod. Relax boss, I'm not going to drop it. It's worth more than I am. Come, girls, take some photos for me. Suya, if you can't afford the fish then just keep company with the boss. Maybe he won't make you pay. You're dead, you idiot. Just take the photo quickly. You're so annoying. Chu Xian smiled on the side as the girls chattered and laughed together. The 4 girls left after a while. Though he didn't make a sale, Chu Xian didn't really mind. He continued to play with his phone. Several groups of people came in and out, but all of them backed out when they saw the pricing. Most of the customers took photos and paid special focus to the price tags on the fish tanks. In his network of people who used WeChat Moments, Chu Xian's small shop was gradually being noticed. Welcome, come in and look around. Chu Xian said when he noticed someone come in. He glanced up and then turned back to his ornamental fish reading. TSK. Everything transformed in a day. A familiar voice swept through the shop and Chu Xian was stunned for a second. Raising his head, Chu Xian saw the witch with a huge smile. Welcome, beauty. Come in, sit. Sit. Do you want anything to drink? Xiao Xiao was a little dumbfounded at Chu Xian's attentiveness. No thanks, I'm just here to look at your goldfish today. Heh. Look around. All the goldfish are here, let me introduce you. Chu Xian approached her. He was so attentive not because he was interested in her or because he thought she would make a purchase, but because he still wanted to use her popularity to advertise his fish online. If she helped him, he knew he'd definitely get more customers. No need. I've had goldfish before, and I have some understanding of panda goldfish, phoenix tail, 12-red goldfish etc. You can just continue doing what you were doing, Xiao Xiao replied with some wariness, carefully looking at the enthusiastic Chu Xian. Okay, take a look. If you like anything, I can give you a discount. Chu Xian smiled. He just needed to establish a good rapport with her before attempting anything else. Xiao Xiao smiled complacently. All right. I'll look around. Xiao Xiao and Xiao Man approached a tank and looked at the goldfish. Xiao Xiao. They really are more beautiful than yours. Xiao Xiao glared at her, slightly upset. I don't need you to tell me that. She turned back to the goldfish with a face full of interest. Xiao Xiao, are you really going to buy some? They're so expensive. Xiao Man asked after a while. Buy. Why should I buy? Xiao Xiao smirked. She straightened and looked at Chu Xian. Handsome bro, how about you give me some goldfish for free? Free. Chu Xian didn't know what to say. With a troubled expression he said, Beauty, you know my goldfish are worth 2,000 each. Just the base cost is at least 1,900. Then forget it. If you don't want to give me any, I don't them. Xiao Xiao shook her head, disappointed. Xiao Man, let's go. These goldfish are too expensive. N. Too expensive, I definitely can't afford them. Xiao Man echoed. Xiao Man understood her friend very well and could sense that Xiao Xiao had another one of her ideas. This. Chu Xian said, dumbfounded for a moment. As they began to leave, he raised his hand and said, This. Beauty, if you really want one, I can give you this one. Xiao Man was stunned for a second. She then whispered to Xiao Xiao, Xiao Xiao, he might have fallen for you. Now he wants to chase you. That might be true. Xiao Xiao said with sparkling eyes, very satisfied with her own charm. But, you need to help me advertise online. Chu Xian's voice sounded out again. Xiao Xiao's face turned black, and she angrily said, just one lousy fish and you want me to advertise for you. Don't even think about it. Well. Chu Xian looked at her awkwardly. He said, then name a price. How many fish for your advertisement? Xiao Xiao's mouth twitched, and she understood now why he was so attentive before. 5. If you give me 5 goldfish, I'll advertise for you. Xiao Xiao said greedily, giving off the impression of a lion gaping its mouth. 5. Chu Xian exclaimed and was silent for a while. Then he nodded, fine. 5. But I hope you talk about my goldfish on your stream. Xiao Xiao was a little stunned when he agreed. With a surprised look, she nodded her head, saying with a smile, okay. You said it yourself, 5 goldfish. You can't take it back. I won't take it back. If you advertise for me right now, I'll give you the goldfish immediately. Chu Xian said, nodding. These fish cost him nearly nothing, giving 5 of them in exchange for more exposure could only benefit him. Okay. Xiao Xiao said with curled lips, taking out her phone. I'll do a stream on Fast Hands and advertise for you right now. Translator's thoughts Aristofaniso, 1. To groan, snort or hum. Chapter 15. Small fame. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Aristofaniso editor. Karen_Chu Xian nodded at her. Make your video first and introduce my shop, then help me advertise my Fast Hands account number. Xiao Xiao listened and her mouth twitched. She said discontentedly, you really know how to drive a hard bargain. Humph, it seems your fish aren't easy to get. Chu Xian smiled, when you help someone with something, you should see it through to the end. I'll give you a discount if you visit my shop again. Xiao Xiao's face blackened. Taking a deep breath, she said, very good, you beast. I'm going to start the stream. Use your Fast Hands account to join my chat and I'll add you. Great, great. Thanks. Chu Xian nodded with a happy smile, taking out his phone immediately. Xiao Xiao turned on the stream. As a very beautiful girl with more than 2 million followers, more than 5,000 people quickly clicked into her stream. Welcome to my stream. Xiao Xiao enthusiastically welcomed the viewers. Chu Xian watched from the side and was distracted for a moment by her cuteness. Guess where I am? I'm at a goldfish shop. And an extremely high-quality goldfish shop at that. Let me show you. Xiao Xiao skillfully turned the conversation to goldfish and displayed them on the camera one by one. Chu Xian was soon surprised and caught off guard. Xiao Xiao transformed into an ornamental fish expert and explained everything seriously to the viewers, from variety, color, value, etc. Everything was explained in depth and even Chu Xian was shocked listening to her. These 5 fish were well spent. Chu Xian saw the stream had more than 7,000 viewers and he seemed satisfied. He was full of admiration for Xiao Xiao's words. The reason I explained so much is actually because I accepted 5 small goldfish from the owner of the shop. 10,000 RMB, I couldn't possibly afford them otherwise. Xiao Xiao said as she pretended to be poor. But it's true that all the goldfish are very rare, 2,000 each isn't too much to ask. People who know the business will understand, these goldfish can't be compared to cheap goldfish from Taobao. Everyone will understand when you see the real thing. I'll upload a video soon. It will contain the shop owner's WeChat and Fast Hands account numbers. If anyone wants to buy, add him on WeChat. Okay then. My stream will end here. Love you all. Bye. The stream lasted around 10 minutes. Xiao Xiao turned it off and looked at Chu Xian, happy. Can I pick my 5 goldfish now? Sure, of course you can. Chu Xian nodded happily. But it would be best if you help me make a video and upload it to Fast Hands too. This, one, Xiao Xiao's face blackened again. Taking a deep breath and gritting her teeth, she said, fine. Chu Xian watched happily from the side as Xiao Xiao picked out 5 goldfish with an angry glare. Without a moment's hesitation, she then hauled Xiao Man out of the shop. I'm already taken, I'm not going to go fishing for other beauties. Chu Xian glanced over Xiao Xiao's retreating beautiful silhouette with a small smile. What he didn't know was that his small shop had already achieved small fame within the Haiqin University area. This was mainly because of the 4 girls who had entered the shop earlier that afternoon. All 4 girls were good-looking, and the one named Qing Qing was vice president of one of the student groups. She was the one who posted. If you buy me a whole tank of these goldfish, I'll be your girlfriend. She had 5 or 6 people actively chasing her, and there were still more boys who secretly liked her or had a good relationship with her. She was very popular and her friend circle was also very wide. The post from the goddess attracted much attention and people commented one after another. A bold boy even directly asked, Qing Qing, will you marry me if I buy you 10 tanks? As soon as this courageous guy took the lead, many others also commented jokingly, Goddess, can you tell me where you took this photo? I'll buy all the fish in the shop for you. Will you be my girlfriend? Goddess, there are only 6 small fish in the tank. There's no way you'll be satisfied. I'll buy you 20 so you can be stuffed. Qing Qing. Are these goldfish enough for you to sell yourself? Tonight, a swarm of boys will come to your dorm with fish tanks and their confessions for you. Goddess. 50 goldfish. I won't ask you to be my girlfriend, you only need to give me a chance. In the span of a couple of hours, 20 or 30 comments were posted. Qing Qing laughed in the female dorms and said to her roommates, isn't my charm powerful? There are so many people willing to buy me 20 fish to eat. Wow, I'm so lucky. 1 bite for 2,000 RMB, 20 for 40,000. Qing Qing, you're so bad. If they knew the price I don't know what expression they'd make, a cute girl said with a smile. Hee hee. I'm going to post another. And, this is it. If you want to give me goldfish for lunch and want to buy 10 tanks to marry me, go to Guwu Street number 108 Ornamental Fish Shop. I'm not giving the owner an advertisement here. Haha. After posting this, Qing Qing couldn't help but laugh again. I really want to see their expressions when they get there. Qing Qing, your post is on fire. Come and take a look. It was even posted on the school wall. There's even a live feed. A tank of goldfish to become Goddess Qing Qing's boyfriend. Huh, so funny. Where? Let me see. Ching Ching leaned over curiously. It turned out that on the campus wall, a post had just appeared which already had 40 or 50 comments. An account named, Most Handsome Boy in Hai Ching, had posted it and he made the first comment, claiming that he was going to buy a tank of goldfish from the shop on Guwu Street and confess to Ching Ching. He was going to renew his post every 10 minutes in a live feed, updating everyone on his progress. Be nov com, Ching Ching, who is this funny guy? He started a live feed to chase you, The funniest thing is what will this guy do when he gets to the shop and sees the prices? Is he going to spit up blood? While Ching Ching and her friends talked, several boys were already walking towards Guwu Street. Lao San, don't blame your brother for abandoning you for a beautiful girl. We'll all buy a tank of goldfish, and if you fail tonight, we're going to give it a shot too. PSH. You have no chance. I'm too handsome. An energetic boy with a crew cut touched his head and said, Goddess Ching Ching said it herself. When the time comes, she might really become my girlfriend, She's probably just joking. You can't take her so seriously, his roommate cautioned. I don't care if it's a joke. Hot-blooded youth pursuing girls need no excuse. You only need to stick the pin where there's a hole, thick-skinned and shameless. This is the only way to get girls. Look at yourself. You haven't had a girlfriend in 2 years while I already slept with 3. F***K. You shameless B***** ***D. We should spread news of your crime. Stop bullsh**** ing. I'm going to take a photo of Guwu Street and post it. I'm going to let Goddess Ching Ching know my true feelings and love for her. I'm going to move her with my words. Let's go, brothers. Translator's thoughts Aristophaneso 1. So the more astute readers may have noticed a slight difference in translation style. I'm no longer including said after every dialogue sentence etc. Now, when the characters nod their words, they will nod their words. Also I'll start putting in ellipses where the author puts them. I originally wanted to just have very correct English, but in the interest of translation speed, I'll keep mostly to a transliteration of the original Chinese text. Chapter 16. Dumbfounded at the price you are listening at Novel Full.audio. Translator. Aristophaneso editor. Karen_Chu Xian sat in his shop, bored. To pass the time, he watched people come and go. It was dusk, and the sky gradually darkened. Ancient-style oil lamps were lit and the entire Guwu Street was very beautiful. There were more people on the street in the evening than in the morning. Off-duty white-collar workers and students from the university kept the street busy. Suddenly, several male students approached the front of Chu Xian's shop and examined it curiously, taking out their phones to take pictures. Chu Xian looked at them with confusion. Had they read about his shop online, or had they come because of some other reason? This is the place. It looks exactly like the background of Ching Ching's selfie, the 4 boys said as they entered the store. Chu Xian looked at them with curiosity, saying, Welcome. This shop sells all kinds of precious goldfish. Please come in and look around. The 4 boys nodded. It's this goldfish, the crewcut boy exclaimed happily, taking out his phone. Wait, I should post a picture. Yeah, I would say the shop is nice and the boss is handsome but not as handsome as me. Ching Ching, I feel like buying just 1 tank can't express my feelings so I'll buy whichever 2 you choose. I hope you accept my confession tonight. Brothers and sisters, I hope you can support me. Give me your energy, 1. Lao San. You little B******ch. You're such a drama queen. Big bro, Lao Air, Lao C, 2, you should take some notes. Love isn't enough, you need to put in some effort when it comes to relationships. I'm going to take a picture of these fish tanks and upload it, the crewcut boy said confidently. At this moment, his feed already had several hundreds of comments. Some students even sat eagerly in front of their computers waiting for the most handsome boy in Qinghai to refresh his post, wondering whether he would really get the beauty tonight. The comments were random and varied. It's obvious that Goddess is just making fun of these losers. If these losers actually succeed, I'll live stream myself eating sh*t. I agree. Goddess Qing Qing is a proud girl. Losers like you can never get her, only top students like me are the ones she's dreaming of. Is this the record of the losers' comeback? I hope the OP defeats Qing Qing. The boy with the crewcut read his post with pride. Playing with his phone, he pointed at the fish tank in front of him and yelled, "Boss! Pick 2 pretty ones for me." Chu Xian looked at the 4 boys who had taken photos and played with their phones the moment they came in. With some curiosity, he asked, 2 goldfish or 2 tanks? Of course 2 tanks. What can I do with just 2 goldfish, the crewcut boy said without hesitation. Huh, Lao San, how about you buy 20 fish and let her eat till she's full? Not bad, not bad. 5 isn't enough to eat. Huh, crewcut boy chuckled. Don't you guys have a heart? How could you eat such cute goldfish? Right, boss, do your goldfish taste better steamed or braised? Chu Xian laughed at their conversation. I think what you need to figure out first is whether you're going to buy the goldfish or not. Pick 2 tanks of goldfish and help me pick out some beautiful ones. The crewcut boy's eyebrows arched and he pointed at the fish tank again. All my goldfish are beautiful. How about the 2 tanks in front of you? They contain all 8 varieties. Chu Xian suggested, watching them. Okay. Then these 2. The crewcut boy nodded his head without a care. Boss, how much? 13 goldfish, 20.6 thousand, 3. The tanks are free. Chu Xian said with a big smile. How much? The crewcut boy's voice exclaimed with a sudden loudness. His 3 roommates looked at him in surprise. 20.6 thousand. 2,000 for 1. No bargaining. A free tank if you buy 5. Chu Xian repeated to them with a smile. Goo-doo, 4, the crewcut boy swallowed. Boss, are you joking? How can a goldfish be so expensive? 2,000 each. Are they made of gold? 5, Chu Xian smiled, all my goldfish are rare and precious. 2,000 for 1 is already cheap. This. The crewcut boy stood with his phone in hand, his face burning with embarrassment. Lao San. At this moment, the big bro nudged his arm, pointing at the small note on the fish tank. He said bitterly, I just saw this now. Crewcut boy's face suddenly blackened. 6, haha. Haha. One of the boys suddenly laughed. Lao San, can you see why Qing Qing posted that comment? Only 5 goldfish for 10,000, who can afford this? Huh, all those comments saying they'll buy 20 for her. Huh, so funny. Damn it. Lao Si, don't bullsh*t here. Crewcut boy's face kept changing color. The goddess tried to trick losers on purpose, but you're the stupidest loser, barging in here like a fool. Lao San, what are you going to do about your feed? The big bro patted his shoulder with some schadenfreude, showing some sincere concern. Horse balls, the crewcut boy cursed. He said sadly, what else can I do? Nobody knows this is my account anyway. My heart's broken. I'm just going to end it with a photo. The crewcut boy took out his phone, took some photos, and carefully took another photo of the price tag before he posted them all on his feed with a dark face. I came to the goldfish shop. I have nothing else to say. Look at these pictures, I'm not going to pursue the goddess. And for all the losers who replied to the goddess post, come. I already figured everything out for you, even the price. N. Prepare to spend all your money for the next semester, 2,000 each, no bargaining. Free fish tank if you buy 5. To the bro who said he's going to buy 20 for the goddess to eat, you really are a rich man. To the bro who said he'll buy all the goldfish from this shop, N. You're incredible. I'm just a poor loser, I quit. After attaching the photos, the crewcut boy clicked Submit. Welcome. Chu Xian abandoned the 4 students and attentively welcomed the new customer. N. Hello boss. Are you the seller on Fast Hands? Hello big bro. The new customers were a middle-aged man and a little girl. Both greeted Chu Xian politely. Yes, that's me. Chu Xian nodded and said to the young girl, hello to you too, little sister. Heh, we saw your goldfish online and thought they were really beautiful, so we came to take a look, the middle-aged man smiled. Then you've come to the right place. All my goldfish are rare and precious. I vouch for their quality, they're the absolute best. Translator's thoughts. Aristofaniso, 1. So a lot of memes and slang use Taoist/cultivation terms. Here the crewcut says, with the same term that's used in a lot of cultivation novels for the primordial energy/yuan qi/true qi etc. Take my energy, GT, O.O, GT, == 2. So their nicknames are just brother 1, brother 2, brother 3, brother 4 equals big bro, Lao or Lao San, Lao Sai. Crewcut is 3. So this all goes back to Mr. Confucius, cause he be like respect your old people and then all the government is like Confucius yay. So that's why Chinese culture differentiates so carefully between age and familial relations. It's very important to respect people older or people who are considered your elders, so even between brothers there is a very clear difference between older and younger. I may be completely wrong. B. They aren't actually blood brothers, but speaking as if they were. Not uncommon. 3. 26,000 divided by 6 is equal to 4,333 USD. LOL. I'm sure most girls wouldn't know how to react if you got them $4,000 worth of goldfish. Raffle, 4. This is how Chinese people swallow their saliva. How exciting. Goo do. 5. LOL. So this phrase has come up a couple times. It sounds just as dumb in Chinese, with the repeating of the gold. 6. So on a half-serious note, all you weebs and aspiring weebs should know the sudden darkening of the screen, often accompanied by the 3 vertical lines. Chapter 17. Explosive popularity. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Aristofaniso editor. Karen_wow. Daddy, these goldfish are so pretty and cute. The little girl leaned on a fish tank, her big, cute eyes stared at the goldfish in the tank. Boss, your goldfish are pretty good, truly top grade, the middle-aged man said with high praise. Yes. Chu Xian's heart was happy, it looked like this was an expert, so the odds of making a sale increased quite a bit. Daddy, I want some. I want to put these little goldfish on my desk. Please, Daddy, the little girl asked cutely as she pulled on the man's shirt. Hee, okay. If I buy them for you, you have to feed them every day and take care of them. The man ruffled her hair lovingly. Don't worry, Daddy. I'll raise them well and make them grow really big, the little girl said and gestured with her little finger. Okay. Let them grow really big, the middle-aged man nodded, and looking at Chu Xian, he asked, is the price the same as the price online? Yes, 2,000 each. If you buy 5, you get a free fish tank. Choose any one you like, Chu Xian said with a big, satisfied smile. Alright, pumpkin. Which one do you like? Pick one. The middle-aged man smiled and tousled her hair. These ones. Daddy, I want these ones. The little girl pointed at the fish tank. Sure, okay. 7 goldfish. Boss, can you add this last one too? The middle-aged man said to Chu Xian. Sure, sure. Chu Xian nodded immediately, scooping out one fish and placing it into the tank with the others, saying, in total, that'll be 16,000. N. Can I use card? The middle-aged man asked. I'm really sorry, but I can't take card. You can use Alipay or WeChat, and there's also an ATM not too far away. Chu Xian shook his head apologetically. Alipay then. The middle-aged man nodded. 16,000. After receiving the man's payment, Chu Xian's face, showed an excited expression, and he tended to the father-daughter pair until they left. The 4 young men standing at the side watched, dumbfounded. Damn! There really are people who buy these 2,000 RMB fish. And this guy actually bought 8. The 4 were stunned and embarrassed and left the shop in a hurry. Me. This goldfish shop is really a goldfish shop. All the fish are made of gold. 8 small goldfish sold for 16,000, the crewcut boy said, frustrated. Too crazy. If he hadn't made a sale just now, I would have thought this boss was mentally ill. Rich people are so crazy nowadays. I'm going to post one more message and then switch accounts, the crewcut boy said with a black face. He posted on his feed, this loser has one more thing to say. Just now I saw someone spend 16,000 RMB on 8 goldfish. Hit for 10,000,000 plus critical damage. This will be my final post. Lao San. Look at the replies. There are already over 1,000. Lao Air, stop laughing. The crewcut boy glared at him and started reading the replies. Me. 2,000 for one, that's too crazy. Horse balls. This seller is crazy. I'll go to the sea and scoop some fish for you tomorrow. The guy above me is an idiot, the sea has no goldfish. Over and out. I've just been waiting for the OP to get his face slapped. Goddess Ching Ching's goldfish are obviously precious and priceless. Even though I, a total loser, had predicted this outcome already, I just wanted to see OP's expression. I just want to know the expression of those brothers who replied to Ching Ching's post. Let me answer you. I'm glad I didn't go to the shop to buy goldfish with the OP like an idiot. Even though my left cheek has been slapped, I still have my right cheek intact. Haha. I'll go check out the shop with some friends soon. I already prepared some black masks. Guys, I'm planning something big. I'm so lucky that no one knows this account is mine, or else I'd be so embarrassed. The crewcut boy's forehead dripped with cold sweat. Actually Lao San, I may have accidentally just told one. The crewcut boy felt like his vision turned black. Due to Ching Ching's post and the live feed, the whole school was buzzing with gossip about this ornamental fish shop that sold 2,000 RMB goldfish from that afternoon up until 6 in the evening, and everyone was preparing to visit Gu Wu Street. Gonna post this on WeChat. Chu Xian posted a screenshot of the 16,000 Alipay payment on his moments, and smiling like a villain, he said, I earned 20.6 thousand in one day. This is so great. That'll show the people who look down on me. Hein. Why am I so cool? GAGA 2. Chu Xian looked at all his new friend requests in a great mood and accepted them all one by one. Then, he opened the Fast Hands app. Because of Xiao Zhao's stream and video, his Fast Hands account gained increasingly more followers, and more people messaged him. Chu Xian checked his messages, noting down some of the more serious questions. When he saw that his followers numbered more than 10,000, he applied for streaming permission. Starting his stream, he introduced his goldfish to explain his goldfish a little more in depth. Once people saw his stream, who knows, maybe more people would come to his shop. The two buyers today were an example. After playing around for a while, Chu Xian ordered some food including a chicken leg and sausage. Feeling extremely satisfied, he started eating. Around 7 that evening, Chu Xian looked in surprise at the groups of male and female students filling his shop, examining him and his goldfish curiously. One after another took pictures and posted them on their moments. He heard many times, "Wow, the goldfish are really 2000 RMB each, but they really are very pretty and cute," etc. "It looks like my shop is really hot right now." Chu Xian looked at all the guests and happily thought to himself. That night, even though he didn't make any more sales, more and more people came in. Some random people on the street came in to see what the fuss was about and were incredibly surprised when they saw the prices. Nevertheless, none of the guests ever said the goldfish were ugly, and all of them used their phones to take photos or videos and posted them on WeChat. Chu Xian was very happy with the situation. These people were helping him advertise his shop, and as the number of potential customers increased, business was definitely going to get better and better. My comeback starts now. Chu Xian laughed uproariously. Translator's thoughts. Aristofaniso, 1. So, English lesson here. If you are being very picky with grammar, this sentence means that Chu Xian's face received the payment. Perfectly correct English would have, after receiving. Chu Xian showed an excited expression on his face. The first noun after the subordinate clause is the thing being modified, compare the first noun, face, and person. Of course, communication is not always about being correct. It's also about the memes. 2. Gaga is a Chinese variant of the Japanese kukukukuku. Villain laugh. His post is largely just a huge meme, showing off while knowing he's showing off and being funny about it. Chapter 18. Big client. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Aristofaniso editor. Karen _ the second morning, Chu Xian opened the door excited and full of energy. There were fewer customers in the morning, so he took out his phone to check if anyone was interested in buying online. Online shopping was so popular now that you could even buy cars online. It was true that 2000 for one fish was expensive, but he believed that people could accept his prices over time and begin to make orders online. As long as there was a first, there would definitely be more and more people willing to buy. After replying to some WeChat messages, Chu Xian opened his Fast Hands app and checked his video view count. Most people were still just watching out of curiosity, but Chu Xian wasn't worried. Even the lowest view count was 20,000 plus. Since I can stream now, I'll call myself a streamer too. Haha. Chu Xian smiled, starting his stream. His whole body appeared on the screen. Doviko glancing at his handsome appearance, Chu Xian nodded with satisfaction and walked in front of a tank, aiming his camera at the goldfish inside. With only 10,000 followers, not many people joined his stream, only a dozen or so, but despite his small audience, Chu Xian still spoke very seriously. The aim of this stream was not to obtain donations but to market his goldfish, so he just stuck with introducing the different goldfish, displaying some of them individually, and answering questions. Gradually, his viewer count grew to over 100, and some of them were not far from his shop. Most ordinary people were also very curious about these expensive goldfish and they asked all kinds of questions, some of them even wanted to bargain. Chu Xian streamed for about an hour, and when he turned it off, he realized he had more than 800 viewers. He nodded in satisfaction. After 10 in the morning, more and more people appeared on Guwu Street, and more people came to visit his shop. Chu Xian discovered that all those who came to check out his famous shop found out about it on WeChat. His new guests all looked at the beautiful goldfish, took photos and posted them on social media. This plague-like publicity was beginning to spread to more and more people. That day, Chu Xian finished another sale and earned 10,000 RMB. Customers who could afford 2,000 for one goldfish were all rich people who wouldn't just buy one. A fish tank needed at least 5 or 6 goldfish to look aesthetically pleasing, so these people always bought more than 5. In 3 days, counting the 14 he sold on the first day, he sold 45 goldfish for 90,000 renminbi. He was over the moon. The day before, he also had his first online customer who bought 5 goldfish. He was confident that soon enough the orders online would exceed the orders in person. At that point, he'd really start raking in the cash. Xiaoying was busy because of her internship and hadn't come over to the shop yet. Chu Xian didn't tell her how much he had earned and tricked her into thinking the screenshots he posted were for other people. He was planning on giving Xiaoying a big surprise. He traded his cheap phone for a wash basin and bought the 5,000 plus iPhone, a weapon meant for showing off. If you had money but didn't show off, what was the point in having it? Life was about enjoyment. There's no place for humility on the King's Road. That's full of bullsh*. T1. Do you have brain damage? When he opened his stream, around 300 to 400 viewers joined, and Chu Xian filmed his fish again. His tricks were getting better, and he streamed every time customers came to buy. At first, the viewers thought he was just staging it, but as he kept doing it, they could tell it was all real. He showed off on his stream constantly, especially after making a sale. Even though some people thought he was a little pompous, this way he could develop his business reputation and inform people of his pricing. At this point, there were increasingly more people coming to his shop every day, and in the evenings, the store was often packed. Even though not many people were willing to buy, his fame had already spread and basically, everyone on the street knew his shop sold precious goldfish. Excuse me little bro, are you the boss here? Just now, a group of customers came to check the place out. A 40-plus man with a large jade ring walked towards Chu Xian. That's right big bro, I'm the owner. Chu Xian said, raising his head and looking at the middle-aged man, stunned for a moment when he saw the young bodyguard by his side. Are these all the goldfish you have? The middle-aged man asked with a chuckle at Chu Xian's words. Chu Xian was dazed for a moment, then a light flashed in his eyes. Smiling, he asked, how many are you looking for? Could it be that these aren't enough? Not enough. I need enough fish for a big aquarium and there aren't enough fish here, the middle-aged man said with a slight frown. It's a shame you don't have more. Big aquarium. I have more than 70 goldfish here, is that not enough for an aquarium? Chu Xian's blood was boiling as he asked with some confusion. Not enough. My aquarium is large, meant to be displayed outdoors, the middle-aged man replied. Then big bro, how many do you want? Chu Xian's eyes flashed with excitement. Oh. Can little bro get more of these top-quality goldfish? I need around 150, the middle-aged man said after some thought. I can get them. All my goldfish come from a friend overseas who owns high-tech fish farms. Even though this quality of goldfish is rare, I can get enough for you. Chu Xian answered with a shine in his eyes. That's great. When will you be able to get these goldfish? The middle-aged man said with some anticipation and excitement. 2 days. 2 days should be enough. Chu Xian lied. In truth, he could remold this quantity of goldfish in one night, but in order to not arouse any suspicion, he said 2 days. Okay, 2 days. I hope you can stop selling your goldfish for now. When the time comes, even if you have a dozen or so extra, I'm willing to take them. The middle-aged man nodded and continued speaking. Of course, I can pay you a deposit right now, is that okay? That's fine. Absolutely. Chu Xian pressed down the excitement in his heart and hurriedly nodded. Good. Then I'll pay you 100,000 as a deposit, and in 2 days I'll send someone to pick up the fish, the middle-aged man nodded. Okay big bro. I promise I'll have at least 150 goldfish in 2 days, and their quality will be top-notch. Chu Xian assured solemnly, and after a bit of hesitation, he tentatively asked, does Big Bro need any large ornamental fish? Large ornamental fish. Of course. I checked the Yubao, too, market today, but the only large ornamental fish there were tropical fish that can't be put in the same tank as goldfish, so I was just about to check some other places. The middle-aged man nodded. I can get some large ornamental fish as well. Does Big Bro want to take a look? Chu Xian said while tightening his fists, holding in his excitement. Sure. The middle-aged man was silent for a while. But I need to check their quality, and if they're no good, I'm not interested. Translator's thoughts. Aristofaniso, 1. So funny note. The actual phrase is equals dog fart. Native English speakers have probably never noticed how strange the term **t is. This is another situation where Chinese is the superior language. Obviously, **t can be used as fertilizer, whereas a dog's fart has no use. Chinese GT, English, QED. 2. The Yubao place that the yellow lip fish auction took place at in Chapter 3. Chapter 19. Preparation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Aristofaniso editor. Karen_Chu Xian was very excited at the man's words. Large ornamental fish were much more expensive than goldfish, and he'd been planning on trying to remold some large fish soon anyway. At first, he'd given up on the prospect after doing some thinking. Firstly, his fish form was only 70 centimeters and the largest fish he could control would only be around 60 centimeters. After remolding, these fish would become only 50 centimeters long. Secondly, top-quality large fish were at least several 100,000 or even a million. A sale of several 100,000 or a million would draw a lot of attention. If people started asking questions and Chu Xian couldn't explain where he got the fish from, a lot of trouble would be headed his way. That's why Chu Xian hadn't dared to remold any larger ornamental fish. But now, things were different. The middle-aged man wanted a custom order, and this one-time deal wouldn't draw too much attention. It'd be a drive.by, one-hit kill, very hard to track. Big Bro, you don't need to worry about the quality. I'm only afraid you'll think it's too expensive. Chu Xian said with a small-eyed smile. 1. Haha, the middle-aged man laughed. As long as it's top-quality, money isn't an issue. This is my business card. When your fish arrive, you can call me or come find me at the Golden Dragon Group, 2, Golden Dragon Group. Chu Xian looked at the name on the card and was stunned. Golden Dragon Group was a powerful tourism company with catering, hotels, amusement parks. It was extremely famous in Haiqing City. He still remembered that when he graduated, he had a job interview at Golden Dragon Group but was sadly rejected. Jin Hua, CEO of Golden Dragon Group. When he saw the introduction on the card, Chu Xian's pupils couldn't help but shrink. If he remembered correctly, Golden Dragon Group was a family business currently run by a Jin Wei and a Jin Hua. I really had no idea you were Boss Jin from Golden Dragon Group. It's my pleasure. Chu Xian said with sparkling eyes, holding in his excitement. Haha. Just call me Big Bro. It makes me feel young again. Jin Hua waved his hand. Okay, Big Bro Jin, I'll bring 2 large ornamental fish to your office tomorrow, and all the goldfish will be sent to your company the day after. Chu Xian looked at Jin Hua, a little surprised at how friendly he was. Okay, the ornamental fish business is in your hands, little bro. I leave it to you. Okay. Please take care, Big Bro Jin. Chu Xian walked Jin Hua out the door. Staring at his back, he tightened his fists. The CEO of the Golden Dragon Group, worth more than 1 billion RMB, was now his client. Looking at the 100,000 RMB transferred to his account, the corners of Chu Xian's mouth lifted. Since he's so rich, I'll have to think things through carefully. Chu Xian rubbed his chin thoughtfully and a meaningful smile appeared on his face. Sorry for the inconvenience everyone, but I'm going to close my small shop for now and won't reopen for a week. All the fish were bought by the boss just now. Chu Xian said to all his customers when he walked back into the shop. Boss, congratulations. The shop was small and all the customers had heard the conversation between Jin Hua and Chu Xian, so they congratulated him accordingly. Thanks, everyone. I might reopen after a week and you're all welcome to come back then. Chu Xian nodded at them with a small smile. After the guests left, Chu Xian closed the door and directly posted to both Fast Hands and WeChat. All the fish in my shop were bought by a big boss. I'll post again when I reopen. Thanks for your time, everyone. This was big news for the people who followed him on Fast Hands, and they left one comment after another. Someone bought more than 70 fish. So rich. In his WeChat Moments and classmate chat, this news also drew attention, but when most of his classmates saw that Chu Xian's WeChat business had closed down, they all laughed at his misfortune. One of his classmates even said that pompous and pretentious people usually ended up badly, and many people agreed. Chu Xian read their comments and was speechless. What did he mean by, pompous people ended up badly? All his screenshots were real. Regardless, he didn't jump in and reply. They're pretentious yes and let them say whatever they wanted. After talking with Xiaoying for a little bit, Chu Xian took out his phone and started looking up some information on large ornamental fish. The next morning, he rode his moped back to the fish market. 90 goldfish should be enough, and I also need to get some more fish to level up. Chu Xian thought to himself when he arrived at the market. 70 centimeters long fish were about 5 kilograms, about 60 RMB for one, which cost him over 6,000 for 120. He also paid another 10,000 for 120 80 centimeters fish. After spending almost 20,000 RMB in one go, Chu Xian's heart ached a bit at how much he still needed to spend if he wanted to grow to 2 or 3 meters. After having the fish delivered to his shop, Chu Xian began to devour them. Chu Xian didn't leave the shop again until the afternoon and returned to the fish market, this time to the ornamental fish section. There were many kinds of fish, such as arowana, koi fish, flower horn, discus fish, parrot fish, Siamese tiger fish, sting rays, arapaima, etc., which were all relatively common. Chu Xian looked them all over and occasionally checked their prices on his phone. First, I need a fish that can live in the same aquarium as goldfish, so cold-water fish only. Chu Xian looked at all the large ornamental fish. Large cold-water ornamental fish are pretty rare. The mullet is okay, but it's a protected species and hard to get. The duckbill fish is also good, but they don't look good with goldfish. After wandering around for half an hour, Chu Xian stopped in front of an aquarium with a 70.80 centimeters long koi fish and smiled. Koi fish were a popular, high-quality ornamental fish all around the world and had the reputation of being the living gem underwater and swimming artwork. With its fit body, bright color, various patterns, and elegant movements, koi fish had high ornamental value. Chu Xian remembered that just a couple days ago on Jinliu.cc, a koi fish from Lulan City was sold for 20 million renminbi. This sky-high price stunned him. One fish could purchase an entire villa. If I remolded a 20 million RMB koi fish, I wouldn't be able to sell it, but a koi fish worth only several million RMB shouldn't be a problem for Jinhua, Chu Xian thought to himself and walked into the koi fish shop. There were more than 100 varieties of koi fish, and this shop had about 10 of them. Koi fish in this shop weren't very expensive. Most were only several thousand RMB, and the most expensive one didn't exceed 80,000. Translator's thoughts. Aristofaniso, 1. The plight of many Asians people. 2. Okay, so is kind of difficult to translate. Basically, it is very impressive. Since it's a tourism group and I don't really know much about it, I relied on Google.senpai. http://www.chinatravelnews.com/article/97613. Apparently many tourism conglomerates have group in their name, and can be translated as group so there. If it sounds weird, this is just what they call themselves in English anyway. Chapter 20. Lion Queen and Shishir Koi. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Translator. Aristofaniso editor. Karen_Chu Xian kept the image of the koi fish in his mind, pointed at the 2 koi fish in the aquarium and asked, "Boss, can you package these 2 koi fish for me?" "Oh. Little bro, you want these too?" The owner of the koi fish shop looked at him in surprise. Nowadays the people who bought ornamental fish were usually middle-aged or older, they were rarely young men. "Yes, these 2. Please package them for me." Chu Xian emphasized again. Okay. Please wait just a moment," the owner nodded hurriedly. He took out an aquarium, put the 2 fish inside and asked, "Does this little bro know how to raise them?" "Don't worry, I also sell ornamental fish, but only small goldfish." Chu Xian smiled. Small goldfish. The owner's mouth twitched after hearing his words. How could cheap ornamental fish such as small goldfish compare to his koi? 8,000, right? Chu Xian asked. Yes. These 2 koi fish are around 70 centimeters long, imported from Japan. Look at the beautiful patterns. No bargaining, 4,000 RMB each, the owner said. Not expensive. Chu Xian nodded. These big koi were only worth 2 of his goldfish, they really weren't expensive. The boss's mouth twitched again. A goldfish seller actually said his koi weren't expensive, this was really something. Chu Xian paid the 8,000 RMB and didn't notice the strange light in the shop owner's eyes as he loaded the aquarium onto his moped. Chu Xian's moped was the delivery kind, very large. He was planning on buying a car if this sale was successful, and the price would depend on how much he earned this time. After returning to the shop, Chu Xian saw several people waiting in front of his shop anxiously. He walked to them and asked with wonder, "You came here to buy goldfish?" The 3 young women looked at Chu Xian and nodded and asked, "Handsome, why isn't the shop open today?" "Oh, I'm sorry." Chu Xian placed the aquarium on the ground. "All the fish in my shop have been reserved by other people, so the shop is closed temporarily, but we might reopen next week." "Ah. All reserved. No way." One of the young women looked at him with surprise and said with great dissatisfaction, "We came a long way to buy some goldfish, but you aren't open today. I'm really very sorry. Please come back next week." Chu Xian shook his head and apologized before opening his door. The women looked at each other. Seeing Chu Xian opening the door, they finally asked, "Handsome, can we come inside to look?" Sure." Chu Xian nodded. The 3 married women entered after him and immediately headed to the fish tanks, faces full of fondness as they looked at the different goldfish. "Boss, can you just sell us some? The 3 of us only need 15, okay?" One of the women suddenly raised her head with hope. Chu Xian was stunned for a second as she tried to play cute. He put down the aquarium again and said helplessly, "I'm really very sorry, please come again next week. Someone has already paid a deposit for all these fish. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. This sucks. We came all the way for nothing." So frustrating, the women said to each other. They took out their phones to take some photos and posted their dissatisfaction on WeChat. "Actually, ladies. Can I ask how you found out about my store?" Chu Xian asked with curiosity. "From WeChat. A lot of friends said there's a goldfish shop on Guwu Street with very beautiful, super expensive goldfish," one of the women answered. "Oh. I didn't know news of my shop had spread so quickly. Looks like I have quite a reputation. Chu Xian felt some happiness in his heart. After a while, the four women left unwillingly. After thinking for a bit, Chu Xian went to a printing shop nearby and asked the owner to print a 1-meter long announcement. After returning to the store, Chu Xian taped the announcement on the shop door. Standing back and examining the sign, Chu Xian smiled to himself in satisfaction. Announcement. All the goldfish have been reserved. For the next while, we'll have no supply. We will reopen in a week. Sorry to all our valued customers for any inconvenience. Haha. After news of this announcement spreads, some of the uncertain customers will definitely regret not buying. Business will definitely pour in after reopening, it's called hunger marketing, Chu Xian was very proud of his idea and laughed happily. Locking the door, Chu Xian started to remold the goldfish. Now that he was more experienced, he was able to remold 90 goldfish in less than 4 hours. Placing them all into the tanks, Chu Xian finally took out the 2 koi fish from the aquarium. He had bought the most common type of koi fish with red, white, and black coloring. The shop owner said they were imported from Japan and Chu Xian couldn't tell if that was true, but just judging from the price, these koi were the most common type. Slightly better koi would already cost around 100,000. Chu Xian took out his phone and found a couple images. After deciding on the 2 types of koi he wanted, he started to remold them according to the pictures. The size of the koi were 10 to 20 times bigger than the goldfish and were very troublesome to remold. Chu Xian spent an hour and a half on both fish, and after he finished, he watched them swim around in the aquarium and smiled. The next morning, Chu Xian brought the aquarium with the 2 koi and rode his moped to the Golden Dragon Group building. Me, who'd guess that I have more than 1 million RMB loaded onto this Thai moped. This feeling is really great. Chu Xian thought to himself as he drove, immersing himself in his daydreams. Do vi ko, wang wang. 1. The sound came out of nowhere, and Chu Xian felt like a roar was furiously rushing towards him from behind. In shock, he immediately turned on his control power and with his God-eye view, he hurriedly rushed to the side. However, he could see in his God-eye view that the car was already right behind him, and though he dodged in a hurry, the car was going too fast and Chu Xian felt a sudden force hitting him from the left side of his moped. He cursed silently and quickly jumped off the moped, his entire body rolling to the side. Pang! His moped slid for more than 5 meters and the aquarium tied to the back also fell off, some of the water spilling out. Chu Xian ignored the dirt on his body and ran over in a rush. It was only when he found out that the 2 koi were fine did he relax. Your mom, do you even know how to drive? You don't even know to get out of the way. At that moment, a curse sounded out behind him. Chu Xian turned around with a terrible expression and saw a young man and woman come out of their vehicle to check for any damage done to their sports car. Then they angrily stormed towards him. 2. Translator's thoughts. Aristophaneso 1. Car horn 2. So this is really stupid. In China it's pretty much the person who is hit in the back is never at fault, so this is either really unrealistic or these 2 rich kids are just really stupid. Honestly, I hate most of these arrogant second-generation clichés.